Hello everybody and welcome to HDpiano. This is Dan here with a lesson on All I Can Think About Is You by Coldplay. We're going to take a look at the main progression in this first video. Some of that sounds like this. 3, 4. That is the main progression. We also have licks, which are the improvised bits Chris plays throughout. Breakdown, which is that big ending, and whole song run through. All of that is at hdpiano.com when you wrap up learning part 1. A question before I break down the main progression. Chris Martin said that Head Full of Dreams would be Coldplay's last album, or he hinted at it, at least. And here we are with the Kaleidoscope EP coming out this year as I'm teaching the lesson. So, is this the end of Coldplay? Is this the last Coldplay album we'll ever hear, this EP? Drop me a comment below with your thoughts. Alright, so the main progression is kind of spacey. It's very modal sounding. I'll explain what that means in just a second. But this is where we're starting. This is kind of the general position we'll be in. Middle C is here, and our right hand is going to start on G, B flat, D, F. I'm just going to teach you the right hand chords first, and then I'll introduce the electric bass line below. So we play this chord, and then we just change the middle note from D to C. That's the second chord. And then we change the bottom note from here, from G to A. These are our 3 cluster type chords. All right? Kind of ambiguous. The left hand is playing this. We're playing B flat, C, C, and pop back up to C. We'll play C a few more times. And that lick takes us into another loop. So it's F, G, B flat, G, and then repeat. Try that left hand part slowly. Note, this is the electric bass line, so this actually isn't present in the piano. But if you listen to the recording, it's really, really hard to hear any left hand piano part. I'm imagining Chris is just playing C's. He's playing something like this to sort of supplement the electric bass. Staying out of the way of that bass line is what I think Chris Martin is doing. But for the sake of giving you a little bit of variety in the left hand, we're going to learn the electric bass. I think it's really cool. So here it is slowly. Let's add the right hand. And the right hand changes at every loop. So this is 90% of, I guess maybe even 95% of this main progression. It's what happens during the intro, the verse, all the way up until that breakdown. It's the refrain as well, kind of the chorus. All I can think about is you. It's happening there as well. We do have some variations and licks throughout, and I'm going to talk about those in the next video because it's really fun to sort of dive into the guts of what Chris might be doing as an improviser. Before I get there, though, I wanted to talk a little bit about modes. I mentioned that this sounds modal. Okay, when somebody says that, it means playing within a designated scale and not reaching outside of that scale. So in this case, we only have one flat, and that's B flat. So technically, we're playing an F major scale. In this context, that's F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. But if you look at this and you listen to this, you'll hear it's not rooted in F. It's rooted in C. We're hearing a lot of C's in the left hand. So it's an F major scale played over a C. So if we start that scale on C with the same exact notes, the B flat is the only black key, we have C mixolydian. All right, that's kind of out there. That's a music theory bit that most of you beginner and intermediate students maybe have never even heard of. So we're playing in the C mixolydian mode. And that means we can play any notes from the F major scale, and if we look at it with C as the root, it becomes C mixolydian. So that's just me improvising around the C mixolydian scale or mode. All right, that's a little more than you needed to know if you're just looking to learn the song. Like I mentioned before, the rest of this lesson, that really fun breakdown included, is all at HDpiano.com. And while I've got your attention, I'll ask that you like or comment on this video below. It really helps us as a channel, and we do appreciate the love. Find us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're doing cool things at each of those channels. And like I mentioned before, HDpiano.com is where you'll find the rest of this lesson. I'm Dan, and I'll see you there at the home of the hybrid piano lesson.